The New England Patriots just set the groundwork for success. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. You guys know on the daily, pushing out Patriots content for people just like you who can't get enough Patriots football. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, that like button as well, comment below. So today what we're going to be talking about, some big words coming from a big-time player of the New England Patriots talking about the old coaching staff and how that pertains to the new coaching staff. As well, we jump into quickly after that talking about the completion of Mike Vrabel's 2025-2026 coaching staff for the New England Patriots. And we got a lot to talk about, so let's jump in. First and foremost, Gonzalez has come out and talked about the last regime under Jerod Mayo. And now there's a reason that we are talking about this leading into our next subject of the Mike Vrabel's coaching staff. Gonzalez basically came out and said, listen, I would say the building got a lot more lax, and I mean that may have hurt us. Listen, Christian, we know you don't have to sugarcoat it a little bit. We're not little kids. Everyone here is an adult. You can just say it how it is. They messed up. They were way too lax, and it did incredibly hurt the team. That, and also a bad roster, did not help. But that being said, I think with Gonzalez being able to come out and say this, it ushers a new regime in New England under Mike Vrabel. Now, Taylor Lewan, if you've ever heard of Bussin' with the Boys in Barstool, he has come out. He was a offensive lineman from Michigan, was at Tennessee with Mike Vrabel for 5 seasons, and he said 2 things. First thing he said is, it will be hell for a little bit. As Patriots fans, that is what you want to hear. Listen, a game that is physical, that is violent, there should be no word in there that is lax or relaxed or anything like that. Your guard should always be up. You should always be ready to go. If you are playing football, you should be going out there, whether it's lifting weights, whether it's conditioning, whether it's practicing. You should be doing with a purpose, and you should be focused on that task at hand. And Mike Vrabel coming in is ready to flip some tables. We know that. In Jerod Mayo, I know people talked about he was a player's coach, meaning he had rapport, he had relationships, which was a great thing, sure. But when it comes down to it, Mike Vrabel has the same thing. It's just different. People loved him. Taylor Lewan loved him as a coach and thinks and knows he is going to make some big changes in New England. So this is good not only for the team, but just the culture of the team. We know going into this rebuild is the culture needs to be shifted. No more being relaxed or laxed or just kind of shrugging things off. People need to step up. Men need to step up and be able to say, listen, we're not going to let the stuff like this fly. What happened last year is not going to happen this year. And if you want it to happen, there's the door right there. See it. You can be dropped. You can be traded, whatever it might be, but it's not going to happen here. And so he continued to say, he said, I know he's a Patriot in the Patriot Hall of Fame. They talk good about him. I've heard it's going to be back to what they call the Patriot way for sure, and I'm ready. So when it comes down to it, Gonzalez, we know, going to be a huge vocal leader, leading by action, leading by word for this team. It's awesome that he's able to step out and say, listen, yeah, and that falls not only on the coach from last year, but that falls on us as well. As men, we need to stand up. We need to be accountable in our actions and what we do. And there's a man coming in named Mike Vrabel, Coach Vrabel, who's going to set it straight, and he's going to help us set it straight so we can be on the straight and narrow, and we are ready to go when the 2025-2026 season kicks off. Now, you're probably wondering, Aaron, okay, what you take this tidbit from what Gonzalez says, which I think is great that we need to hear, but I want to transition it into the coaching staff for the New England Patriots. And the reason I say that is because we know Mike Vrabel has come in with a vision for this team and what he wants. much like any coach who has coached before, when they come in another time or they have an opportunity to do something again, they have a vision, they know what to do, and heck, they are going to get it done. So Mike Vrabel coming in and obviously making a huge splash with Josh McDaniels, but we know that on both sides of the ball, he has rapport, he has relationships, he has coached with multiple coaches on this coaching staff, which is huge for this team. Reason being, experience, and also a word we haven't touched on a lot, but that word is loyalty. And the reason I say loyalty is because right here, he says, the goal is filling out the 2025 Patriots coaching staff was to identify loyal, trustworthy coaches who are diverse in background, idea, experiences, and systems. So this whole idea of, hey, I have a diverse resume in where I've worked, what I've done, position coach, coordinator, whatever it might be, the ideas I have that I bring from different organizations, the experiences, whether I was a head coach, coordinator, analyst, whatever the heck it might be. But the big word I love is he uses loyal first. I think loyal is key. He knows these people. He's had relationships with these people. I think there's times when coaches come in, or people are hired, bosses are hired, and they bring people in. And a lot of times, yes, it's people they know, but other times when it's not people they know, that can be a little more suspect, because I don't necessarily know 100% what that person's work is going to be, what it's going to look like, and necessarily 100% that I can trust that person. There is some skepticism when it comes to it, but loyalty is a huge word, and I love how Mike Vrabel uses that in his statement that he came out after the new staff was released. Now again, looking at this staff, a couple things I want to point out, and I think that are huge, and we've talked about before. Again, there's three people on this team that have head coaching experience: Josh McDaniels, Thomas Brown, who is the interim head coach for the Chicago Bears, as well as Doug Marrone. Sorry. And so when it comes, I didn't pronounce the E this time. Don't worry, everybody. So that being said, as well, Ben McAdoo. I forgot about Ben McAdoo. I was saying on the offensive side of the ball. But that being said, a lot of talent on this coaching staff and a lot to be excited about. Now, it was recently graded. Again, take this all with a grain of salt. B+, B. It's funny. Everyone has to have an opinion. And I know there's some people that comment on here, oh, this guy's just on here on YouTube thinking he's a hot shot. One, never said I was a hot shot. Don't think I'm a hot shot. Two, for goodness sakes, I'm a high school PE teacher. I love what I do. I want to talk Patriots football. I want to talk football. Shoot, would love to start a college football one too. Love college football. But when it comes down to it, I do this for fun. And so, sure, I have some opinions. But again, everyone has opinions. Heck, you can go on ESPN, Fox Sports, NBC Sports, CBS Sports, whatever the heck it is. There are people who are paid millions of dollars that have the absolute worst takes in the world. You know it. I know it. Shoot, it is what it is. So that being said, you look at these takes, B+, B, sure, whatever. Again, we're not going to be able to truly grade it until it is officially happen, until you, much like this last draft class. We know Drake May right now, he is holding up this draft class, but there still could be potential in this past draft class with Baker or Polk or Bell or Dial or whoever it might be, Caden Wallace, Layden Robinson. You never know. They could be developed more. They could surprise a lot of people. You never know. So you got to give it time. But that being said, I think this Patriots staff is, again, I like it. I think it's set up well. And I'm going to finish with this. If Mike Vrabel likes it and thinks these guys are loyal and trustworthy and they bring a lot to the table that's going to help this franchise and help his vision of what the Patriots should be like, and leave behind the relaxed kind of just last season, I love it. Let's bring a new culture. Let's bring a new dynamic. Let's get rolling. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. I appreciate it. We'll talk later. Peace.